Hello, Ryan.
Hey, what's up?
Welcome to the show called The Daisy Exists. Come over here. I don't know how well they can hear. Hello.
Hi.
Subscribe to Ryan.
Nice.
Okay, bye. Today's Daisy. Do. Hello, my little flower patch, and welcome back to another video where, I've filmed this thing like 3 times. The first time, my audio was entirely muted. You couldn't even hear the game. The second time, I'm just gonna be heading somewhere while I talk. The second time, I uploaded it to YouTube and the video corrupted, which isn't very fun. Yeah, so this is the 3rd time, and I want to show you all something, if I can. Did I see, I misread my coordinate list. Yeah, so, hello. We're doing this again. This is also sort of an impromptu video, because I saw that the video had corrupted a couple weeks ago. I couldn't do much about it, because I was about to go on a trip. I was doing something called Trek, which, random little thing, I am LDS, or Mormon, and Trek is where basically we will go on part of the Oregon or Pioneer Trail, which is how the pioneers crossed the plains and got to Utah, got to Salt Lake City. It's a thing we do to remember our ancestors, and even if you don't actually have an ancestor that was a pioneer in that sense, just to remember what they did. This isn't a whole religious thing, but I couldn't. This is just an explanation of I couldn't go and redo this video then, because I was there and I was on a 4-day trip and I literally got back today. Yes. So now I'm re-recording this, sort of, because this is what I found in that video. The first video was also very impromptu because I saw this in the distance as I was just going around and finding villages to steal things. I found this. I found this little guy. Not really little. I found the stronghold. And more than just any stronghold. Because this one actually does have... Ooh, egg. This one's got the portal frame. So, yeah. However, it does only have one. It's only got... I've inhaled a lot of dust the past few days. It's got, I think just one portal frame. Yeah, so as you can see, we've got 2 libraries, and I did a whole exploration thing. And then I did a whole nother exploration thing, because, I had to re-record it. And, you know what? I can't organically tell the stories for the 3rd time. So, we're gonna talk about Trek. My experience, at least. Just not spiritually, blah, blah, blah. This isn't... I don't like bringing, religion into this channel, I guess. Not a fan of having murder wars in the comments. So this is just me talking about the physical level of man. Ow, my feet hurt. My feet don't actually hurt too much. It's my arms, because we use hand carts, because that's what a lot of the pioneers would pull. And hand carts, with each group, we go into quote-unquote families, which is where we have, do I leave anything? Ooh, a helmet. I know I have helmets, but we will be in these quote-unquote families, where we will pretend that we are in families, and this is not where I'm supposed to be, with just members of our church and the youth, and then the quote-unquote ma and pa, who are just two of the adults who signed up to be the ma and pa, or just, you know, the family, and together we'll all push the handcart, and it's generally 2 families per ward, and we will, you know, push it for 4 days. We did, first day was like 7 miles, second day was 6, yeah, only one, and the third day was 8 miles, and the fourth day, today, was just over 4 miles, because we were do a big loop, and we are, a handcart is, we've got all of our stuff in it, except for our bedding, because that's somewhere else. we don't do it nearly as bad as, like, the actual pioneers. You know, we've got food, and, you know, the pioneers would walk, like, 15 to 20 miles a day, whereas we're walking 8 and under, but, I pushed and pulled this handcart, which is a couple 100 pounds. We would do it out, like, over hills and stuff, and all around, and it was sure an experience, because, yeah, we'd take, like, breaks for, we'd start off each day with, breakfast, and then we would do, we'd walk, and throughout the day we'd take breaks, of a couple, like, little 5-minute water breaks, because we were in the sweltering heat. Where I was specifically the Utah-Wyoming border, and it was just very hot. We were up in the mountains and hills, so we'd be going up and down and taking breaks, and then about midday, oh my gosh, go away, little pop-ups. Oh, this is new. We'd, yeah, take water breaks. Middle of the day, we would do lunch, and then around 5-ish, 5:30, we would arrive at our campsite for the day, and we would we'd set up our tents, take out the buckets that we stored everything in, except for our bedding. We'd go to this truck that had all our bedding in it that had arrived there earlier in the day, and we would set up our camp. We'd put up our tent, one for the boys, one for the girls, unless someone brought a personal tent, and the leaders each had their own tent. And then we would, eat dinner, maybe do an activity. We'd do, like, games or learning pioneer dances, and then we'd go to sleep and be absolutely exhausted, and then wake up at 7 in the morning the next day to repeat it. And, for the majority of the time, I was pushing and pulling the handcart, so, like, my legs don't hurt because I bike a lot. My feet have recovered surprisingly quickly. I've already been here, haven't I? Yep. But my arms, both my upper and lower arms, just ache. 'Cause I was either pushing at the back or pulling at the front. But I had a lot of fun. I had a bunch of my friends there. Can't say literally any of their names, but none of my online friends were there. So they're either, like, they just aren't in the area or aren't part of the church. In the area, as in, like, wards, at least here in Utah where I live. There's a lot of wards. I forgot to turn on my shaders again. Why do I should turn off F3. There we go. Oh, this is trippy now. Why did they change it? We would. Am I on the wrong version of Minecraft? Hold up. Yeah, I am. Hold up. Sorry. Well, you guys can look at this screen while I fix my installations. Hold up. Let's see. Where's the last release? 26.1.2 release. Yes. Blah, blah, blah. Typing. Yes. Save. Okay, well. I'll fix all of this later. Blah, 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 blah. We've still got a little bit of it at least. Okay. Slightly better. Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun. Did probably too much work. My legs and arms hurt a little bit. Yeah, how long have I been recording? 12 minutes? This couldn't be a shorter episode. And now I'll see if I can add like a time-lapse thing, I guess, of me trying to do this house so that I can add some more content in. I don't know, I'll talk over it, I guess, if I remember and I'm not too lazy. Okay, time for a time lapse. Hey all, so we're in the time lapse now. If you're watching, remember there is a motion sickness thing, which, if you didn't believe me before, we'll see now. And you can just listen to this part as audio because I'm nice like that. I do not force anyone to watch my videos in general, let alone watching the video instead of just listening. Hey, yeah. So, who wants to hear a funny story about Trek? So we had 2 tents for each ward. We had a girls' tent and a boys' tent, and each of these tents, for at least my ward, are around a decade old. These are very old tents, and it was very windy on the first night, like 44-ish mile per hour winds, I believe the people running it said, which is very strong winds for very old tents. And the young woman's tent, or the girl's tent, one of the pieces of fabric holding up a tent pole ripped, and the entire tent came down, and it was not fixable in the middle of nowhere Utah-Wyoming border. And so we, luckily, one of the boys' dads had brought a extra tent. However, it was a 3-person tent for 4 girls, which was very fun because one of the girls had like a comically large sleeping bag and sleeping pad. It was huge, and she, yeah, it was way too big, for 4 girls sleeping in a 3-person tent. So I had about 6 inches of room, and so did everyone else except for this one girl because it was a big setup. Okay, bye. Time to go into random things that I've done. Woo! Never mind, I had like an extra 50 seconds that I didn't know about, so, because I don't time these things very well. Woo! Yeah, I don't know what to say here, so you're just gonna listen to me say absolutely nothing while still saying something. I don't know how. The boy who had his father had the tent caught a horny toad, and it was adorable and very grumpy, and he took it home, and now it's in somewhere in his house in a terrarium. He also has a veiled chameleon, which is very cool. Yeah, and that was fun. It was on the last day when he got it. It was cool. Bye for realsies. Yo, I've been trying to find. Fine, I'll buy your stuff. I've been trying to find wandering traders for saplings. Also, I got this, which is great because I want jungle saplings for this. Okay. I finally got it. This took way too long. Sure, I'll go too. Why not? Okay. Now that I've murdered you and everything else, I also got some pine dripstones. Finally, lava farm. I'm gonna murder you, man. I was in so much trouble. Okay. Pop you there. Pop this in here. And these in there. Okay. Hurrah! It's time. I place this down. I place these down. Go 1. Go 2. Go boop. 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 Like this. Place this here. Oh, this one. That's adorable. Got it. I will do. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's this? 5. Do that. Okay. I'm gonna do I'm gonna jump in here, and I can get my lava. Okay. It's gonna be busy. There we go. So now I've got that. And then the lava will drip in there. And then I'll finally have a lava farm. Woo! Whoa. Alright. Oh. There it is. Okay. It's super short, but it's something. So we finally got next part of my mysterious plan. Replacing all of this. 1, 3, 4, 4. With 1. With this. No. This is gonna be fun. Okay, anyways. Time to gather these resources. Woo! Yo, guys. Guys, I finally did it. I finished my portal. Let's see if this works. Hold up. Let me Google something. Does wall set? Oh, you're right. It does. What will you? Will you spread up here? Please. Pretty please. Can I get my part of it? Ow. I'm on fire. Please? Yes? Yeah? Yeah? No. Hold up, this is how it works, right? Let me... how to light a portal without flint and steel Java. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm back. Hold up. So I guess I just kind of have to wait for this to work. Just kind of have to wait for it to actually light the right way. I think, yeah, I don't know. Hi, random item go. I might need to fix that no spawning part. I'll be back, I guess, when it actually works. Okay. I did it. Yay. That'll be next episode's problem. That's a later me problem, not a now me problem. I will deal with that another day. video. Like building an entire house. Okay, so, yep.